Dear viewers, welcome to the course Data Structures and Applications. This is the continuation of session 7.2 of module 1. This session covers some of the pattern matching algorithms, like first pattern matching algorithm. It is also called as a brute force pattern matching algorithm. Second pattern matching algorithm. With respect to second pattern matching algorithm, we are using a concept of an automata. Third one is pattern matching by checking end indices first, and finally we'll end up with a KMP pattern matching algorithm, that is Knuth-Morris-Pratt pattern matching algorithm. Let us start with first string matching algorithm. As I already mentioned, that this also called as brute force string matching algorithm or brute force pattern matching algorithm. With respect to this, you will be given with two string P and T. P stands for pattern string and T stands for text string. Your job is to search whether this pattern string is present in the text string or not. If the pattern string is present in the text string, then the pattern found, then you return the position of the pattern in the text string, and length of the pattern string is R and length of the text string is S. So here this is the given example. We have taken one simple example to understand the execution of the algorithm. Here the first one is nobody noticed him. Nobody underscore noticed underscore him is the text string and pattern string is not. The size of the text string is, that is S, is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 and 18. S is equal to 18 here and P is equal to 3. First, let me explain how this algorithm works. So with respect to this algorithm, we will align the pattern string against the text string, and you start comparing the first character of the pattern string with the corresponding characters in the text string. Here the first character of pattern string is N. N is compared with N. There is a match. If there is a match, then go to the next character, compare the next character of the pattern string with the corresponding character in the text string. Again there is a match with this example. Then move on to the next character. Next character of the pattern is T. Corresponding character of text is B. So T is not matched with B. There is a mismatch. If there is a mismatch, then you shift entire pattern string one position right towards the text. Then you start comparing the pattern with the text, character of the pattern with the text. Repeat this procedure until all the characters of the patterns is matched with the text. That means the pattern found are present in the text, then return the position of the pattern where the text string is where the pattern string is encountered. So now we'll see how this algorithm works. Initialize k. K is an index variable to 1 and max value is equal to s minus r plus 1. That means, so pattern string is not. This is the first substring that occurred in the text. This is the first text string that occurred in text. So that such maximum of s minus r plus 1 substring available in the text. So then if k is less than the max value, that is maximum number of comparisons is equal to k less than or equal to max. So then start with the first character L is equal to 1 to R, that is you compare the first character of the pattern with the corresponding character in the text. If the first character of the pattern is not equal to the character in the text, then you go to the step 5 and increment the k value by 1, that is move the pattern one position right towards the text. If there is a match, then go to the step 4 and search is successful, then set the index to k, that is position of the pattern in the text. So if it is even after this that is even after the maximum number of comparisons, if k exhausted, that means you keep comparing or you keep moving the pattern one position right towards the text string, keep moving the pattern to towards right against to the text string, and you crosses this value, that means pattern is not present. By that time it indicates that pattern is not present in the text, then assign the value 0 to the variable index, indicating that search is unsuccessful. Second pattern matching algorithm. The second string matching algorithm uses the concept of an automata. For the given input, you have to construct the transition diagram. With the help of the transition diagram, you construct the transition table. So once the transition table is ready, then you apply the algorithm to find whether the pattern string is present in the text string or not. To do so, you have to pre-process the given input. Assume that you will be given with a pattern A A B A. Okay, so A A B A is the pattern string. So for the given pattern string, you have to construct the transition diagram. So start with the state Q0. From the start state, you read A, go to the next state, again you read the next input symbol, go to the state Q2, then B, Q3, then A, P. Here P is the final state, and this transition diagram is constructed irrespective of the text string. You have considered only the pattern string to construct the transition diagram. So now you assume the text string. Text string can be anything which made up of the characters A and B. If you wanted to say the pattern is present in the text also must start with A. Suppose the text string is start with B, any number of characters in the beginning, B can occurs any number of times. If that is the case, you be there in the state Q0 only. Simply you keep discarding the characters B. So soon after you get A, you go to the state Q1. If you wanted to say the pattern is present in the text, next character also must A only in the text. So instead of A, if you get B, then you have to go back to the state Q0 and again start comparing the character of the pattern with the text. Assume that you have obtained two A's in a text. Two A's of a pattern is matched with the text. So we have reached a state Q2. From the state Q2, even in the text, you must get B. Instead of getting B, if you get A, you be there in the state Q2 only. Any number of times you may get A, you be there in the state Q2. So soon after getting B, go to the state Q3. From the state Q3, if you get A again in the text, then the pattern obtained in the text. Instead of A, if you get B, so you have to start comparing from the beginning of the pattern. So that's why I will go back to the state Q0. So this is how you can construct the transition diagram for the given input, that is for the given pattern. This is the pattern. The text can be anything. So now with the help of this transition diagram, let us construct the transition table. So transition table consists of number of states and the input. So number of states are Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. So inputs are A and B. Here X means other than A and B. X is other than A and B. So from the state Q0, if I get A, from the state Q0, if I get A, I will go to the state Q1. So from the state Q0, if I get B, I will be in a state Q0 only. So from the state Q0, if I get X, you be there in the Q0 only. So if you get A, go to the Q1. If you get B, be there in the state Q1. Even if you get other than B, any other character also, you should be in the state Q0 only. So now from the state Q1, read A. From the state Q1, read A. It will go to the state Q2. It will go to the state Q2. From the state Q1, if you read B, go to the state Q0. From the state Q1, if you read B, you will go to the state Q0. Other than B, any other characters also, you go back to the state Q0. From the state Q2, if you read A, from the state Q2, if you read A, you be there in the state Q2. You be there in the state Q2. If you read B, you go to the state Q3. By reading B, you will go to the state Q3. So other than A and B, if you read anything from the state Q2, you go back to the state Q0. That transition is not shown in this diagram, but you should keep in mind that other than A and B, you have to go back to the state Q0. Now from the state Q3, if I read A, I will be end up with the final state, that is P. If I read B, any other than A, if you read any other character, go back to the state Q0. So even if you read B, go to the state Q0. If you read X, you go to the state Q0. So this is how we will construct the transition diagram and a transition table. So once the transition table is ready, then you will apply the second pattern matching algorithm to check whether the pattern is present in the text or not. Now let us see how this algorithm works. So name of the algorithm is pattern matching. The pattern matching table, this is already constructed. Before applying this algorithm, we have pre-processed the pattern string, and we have obtained this table, and this table is available in the memory before applying the algorithm. So this is F, the table is F Q1 comma T of a pattern P, that is for the given pattern we have calculated this table and it is in the memory, and the input is an n character string T. Input to this algorithm is text string. The algorithm finds the index of P in T. This algorithm is going to identify the position of P, that is pattern, in the text string. If the pattern is present in the text, then it will return the position of the pattern as an index value. Otherwise, it will return 0, indicating that the search is unsuccessful. So initialize k is equal to 1 and s1 is equal to q0. We'll start with the state q0. So S means state. So first state is q0. Start state is q0 here. q0 is the start state. So now repeat step 3 to 5 while sk, that is the state, is not equal to p. If you end up with the state p, means that you have obtained a pattern in the text. So sk is not equal to p. No, in this case s is not p because s1 is q0 here. s1 is q0. It's not p. And k less than or equal to n. Here n is the number of characters in the text string and k is the index variable. Read tk. K value is 1. T1. What is T1? First character of the text. Read the first character of the text. Now you just check out which is the next state you are going to obtain by reading the first character of the text. So let us assume that the first character of the text is A. So F is this one table, F of S1. S1 is Q0 here, S1 is Q0, comma T1 we have assumed that A. So S1 comma A is Q1. That is, you are going to identify which state you are going to get on reading the character of the text. So now it becomes S2 second state is Q1. From the state Q0, upon reading A, you will go to the state Q1. Then you increment a K value, it's an index variable, K becomes 2. Now again it goes back to here, it will check out whether S2 is not equal to P. S2 is not equal to P. Of course, we are in the state Q1, it is not P, and K is less than or equal to N, condition is true. You will read the TK, that is T2, and you have to identify, you will go to which state upon reading the next character of the text. So like that you keep reading this until you reach the last character of the pattern, until you reach the last character of the pattern. So when you reach the last character of the pattern, if you end up with the state P after reading the last character of the pattern, if you end up with the P, then the search is successful, then it will return the position of the pattern. So even after reading the last character of the P, if you are not end up with the P, then it indicates that search is unsuccessful. So that can be indicated by sending a value 0 to a main function. So and then you terminate the algorithm. Next string matching or pattern matching algorithm is pattern matching by checking end indices first. This diagram shows how the end indices first pattern matching algorithm works. Like the first pattern matching algorithm, you will be given with the pattern string and the text string. Here the pattern string is AAB and the text string is ABA, BBA, ABAA. This is the text string. Now here your job is to check whether the pattern AAB is present in this text string or not. But unlike a first string matching algorithm, first pattern matching algorithm, with respect to first pattern matching algorithm, we are comparing the first character of the pattern with the corresponding character of the text. If there is a match, then go to the next character. Unlike the first pattern matching algorithm, with respect to end indices first pattern matching algorithm, the last character of the pattern is compared with the corresponding character of the text. To do so, we are using some of the variables like j is pointing to the beginning of the pattern string and last p is pointing to the end, that is last character of the pattern string. Start is pointing to the first character, initially first character of the text string, and last s is pointing to the last character of the text string. Here this is for the null character. All the strings are appended with the null character. And end match is equal to the length of the pattern. So here length of the pattern is 3, 0, 1 and 2. It is pointing to 0, 1 and 2. End match is pointing to this location, that is equal to the length of the pattern. Now last character of the pattern is compared with the corresponding character in the text. Here last character of the pattern is B, corresponding character in the text is A. Here in this case there is a mismatch. There is no match between these two characters. If there is a mismatch, then you increment the variable start and end match by 1. If there is a match, then you start comparing from the beginning. That we will see in the next step. So now last P is not matched with the end match. So therefore, I will increment start and end match by 1. So start goes here and end match is going to the next character. There is no change in the value of last S. Now again, I will compare the last character of the pattern with the corresponding character in the text. So there is a match. B is matched with B. If there is a match with these two characters, that is last character of the pattern with the corresponding character in the text, then you start comparing from the beginning. That is A is compared with corresponding character. Here it is B. So again there is a mismatch. If that is the case, again you increment start and end match by 1. So start is shifted to next position and end match is moved to the next position. So now again you compare B with B. You compare B with B, that is last character of the pattern with the corresponding character in the text. There is a match. So therefore you start comparing from the beginning. You start comparing from the beginning. Here A is compared with A. There is a match. Then A is compared with B. Mismatch occurs. When the mismatch occurs, then whenever the mismatch occurs, you have to increment start and end pointers by 1. So start will be incremented by 1, end match is also incremented by 1. So again B is compared with A, again there is a mismatch, so therefore you increment a start and end match by 1. So now you compare the last character, that is B, with the corresponding character, there is a match, so therefore start comparing from the beginning. A is compared with A, so this is compared with this and B is compared with B. There's a match. So therefore you come to a conclusion that the pattern AAB is present in the text. The procedure what I explained is represented in this algorithm. The return type of this function is int, that is it will return the position of the pattern if the pattern found, otherwise it will return a value -1, indicate that the pattern is not present in the text, given text. So parameter to this algorithm is a string, that is text string and a pattern string. Since it is an array, we are passing an address of an array. That's why the variables receiving an address of an array is pointer variable. String is pointing to the text string and PAT is pointing to the pattern string. And I and j and start are the index variable. As you know that j is pointing to the beginning of the pattern string and start is pointing to the beginning of the text string, and last s is pointing to the last character. So how to get the last character of the text string? String length of a string -1. Why -1 here? Because last character we have a null character. At the end of the array we have a null character. So last s should not be pointing to the null character. It should pointing to the last character, actual last character of the text string. So last p, last p is pointing to the last character of the pattern string, and end match is equal to the length of the pattern string, length of the pattern string. Last p is having the length of the pattern string. So now for I is equal to 0, as long as the end match is less than or equal to last s. Last s is the last character of the text string. So till the last character of the text string you keep comparing. So as long as the end match is less than or equal to last s, if this condition is true, it will comes inside the loop. It will come inside the loop. String of end match is equal to pattern of last p. That is last character of the pattern is compared with the corresponding character in the text. If there is a match, then you start from the beginning. You start from the beginning. That is j is equal to 0. J is pointing to the first character of the pattern, and I is equal to start. Start is pointing to the first character of the text. If I is equal to start, then j is less than last p. Last p is the last character of the pattern. So as long as the j is less than last p, you compare the first character of the pattern with the corresponding character in the text. If there is a match, increment I and j, and again it goes back to this loop only. Here this semicolon should comes here. There is a printing mistake. So the control will be in the for loop only as long as this is evaluated as true. Keep comparing. If there is a mismatch, it will comes out from the for loop and this goes back to this for loop, and it will increment the end match and start value by 1. So it will keep repeating this until this is evaluated as false, until the end match reaches last s. So by that time you will check whether j is equal to last p. If j is equal to last p, search is successful, return the position of the pattern in the text. Otherwise you will return a value -1 indicating that search is unsuccessful. The next pattern matching algorithm is KMP string matching algorithm, Knuth-Morris-Pratt pattern matching algorithm. Here also you have to pre-process the given pattern string and you have to calculate the failure function by using this formula. If P stands for pattern string, for the given pattern string, by making use of this formula you calculate the failure function. For example, let us assume that the given pattern string is AB, CA, BC, AC and AB. This is the failure function. We will see how this failure function is calculated. Here j is an index variable to a pattern string. J start with 0. Index variable value of an index start from 0 to n minus 1, and this is the given pattern string and this is a failure function. So I will explain the same thing with an algorithm in the next slide. So before that, let us see how it will be calculated. So f is equal to -1. Initially for the first character there is no character to match with, that's why it is -1. Then next you take b. B is compared with the first character, there is no match, so therefore you continue with -1. Then again you take C. C is compared with the first character, again there is no match, then you continue with the value -1. Now next is A. A is compared with the first character, there is a match, you write 0 here, position 0 here. Then next B. Anyhow already A is matched with first character, then B will be compared with this, again it is 1. Again it is 1, position of this. Then C is compared with this, it is 2. Then A is compared with this, then again it is 3. Then C is compared with this, there is no match, so therefore compared with this, again there is no match, therefore -1. So A is compared with beginning of the character 0, then B is compared with this, again it is 1. So like this way you calculate the failure function. Once you calculate the failure function, you make use of this table to check whether the pattern is present in the given text or not. So we'll see how that failure function works. So failure character pattern, as I already mentioned that to calculate the failure function, you have to make use of only the pattern string. You have to pre-process the given pattern string. So for that, int n is equal to calculate the length of the pattern by using string length of pattern. Then failure of 0 is equal to -1. To the first one, there is no character to compare with, so therefore I will assign -1. After that, I will start with the next character, that is character from the position number 1. So therefore j is equal to 1, j less than n, j plus plus. I will obtain the previous value of failure function. I is equal to failure of j value is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, failure of 0 is -1. So here I value is -1. Then while pattern of j, this character is compared with pattern of I is -1, -1 plus 1 is 0, pattern of 0. This character is compared with this. So here it is not equal, condition is true, and I is greater than 0, condition is false. So it will comes out from the while loop. It will check whether it is equal. If it is equal, then you update the failure function value. In this case, it's not equal, therefore go to the else part and again you continue with the previous value. Again you continue with the previous value. So now j will be get incremented, j becomes 2 now. I obtain the previous failure function value, compare, again you will continue with the value 0. So like this it will goes. At the end of this function you will get a failure function. Now you will be ready with the failure function. You make use of this failure function to search a pattern is present in the text or not. See here, with respect to KMP algorithm, KMP string matching algorithm, shifting of a pattern is purely depends on the value what you have computed in the failure function. Failure function will helps you to shift the pattern. How many character, how many positions you have to shift the pattern if there is a mismatch occurs. You know, with respect to the first string matching algorithm, that is a brute force string matching algorithm or pattern matching algorithm. There, if there is a mismatch occurs, then you are going to shift the pattern one position right against to the text. Only one position right against the text. That is not a efficient one, but here shifting of a pattern is decided by the failure function, so that it will be more efficient than the previous brute force string matching algorithm. So here int pattern matching algorithm, character string input to this function is text string and a pattern string. String means text string and a pattern string. I is a index variable, I and j are the index variable, len length of the string and length of the pattern. So as long as the value of I is less than length of the string and j is less than the pattern string, I is an index variable to a text string and j is an index variable to a pattern string. Compare the first character of the text string with the corresponding character of the pattern. If there is a match, then increment I and j value. So here also, with respect to KMP algorithm, you start comparing the first character of the text with the corresponding character of the pattern. If there is a match, then go to the next character. Again there is a match, go to the next character. Whenever the mismatch occurs, the shifting of a pattern is decided by the failure function. So here, if string is matched with a pattern, increment I and j, go to the next character. If there is a mismatch, check whether j is equal to 0, increment I value, and shifting of a pattern is decided by obtaining a value from the failure function. So shift the pattern against the text and again you start from the beginning. So at the end, if j is equal to length of p, means you have reached the last character of the pattern. If you have reached the last character of the pattern, so if that is the case, you calculate. If it is a search is successful, then you return I minus length p as the position of the pattern in the text. If the search is not successful, then this function will return the -1, indicating that given pattern is not present in the text string. So this is how the pattern matching algorithm works, like KMP pattern matching algorithm. So the main difference between first pattern matching algorithm and KMP pattern matching algorithm is that with respect to first pattern matching algorithm, shift is like it will shift only one position. Like if there is, whenever the mismatch occurs, the text will be shifted one position right against to the text. So but with respect to the KMP, the shifting of a pattern is decided by the failure function. So these are the four important pattern matching algorithm. First pattern matching algorithm is also called as brute force pattern matching algorithm. Second one is using a concept of an automata. Third one is pattern matching by comparing end indices first. Fourth one is KMP, Knuth Morris Pratt string matching algorithm. Thank you one and all.